You are live. Welcome back again to Cannon Fodder TV. As the days and the minutes and the hours count down to shut down, we have still a few more shows that we need to do, and one of them is today. So we've got some kind of Declan Rice news, Alan Shearer. We've got some news about Mikel Arteta, and some comments from the channel subscribers, followers, and everybody else who's ever been part of Canon Foy TV. But again, there is some business about a music intro. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Oh, I'm going to miss that intro. I'm going to miss that intro. I'm going to miss that intro. Welcome back again to Cannon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. And you're probably thinking he's probably lost his mind. Yes, I have lost my mind, but I don't care. I don't care. Really, I just don't care. Anyhow, I've entitled this show, The Way of a Loser. Oh, my goodness. The Way of a Loser. And I've got a shout out to all the followers on the artist formerly known as Twitter. Thank you, fellas, ladies, women, men, gentlefolk, ladies, and children. Shouldn't be watching. Should not be watching. And everybody else on our YouTube channel, thank you as well. And nobody on our Facebook. But it does not matter. Doesn't matter. But anyway, let's get on with the news segments. So, actually, let me quickly bring this up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. There he is. The Way of a Loser. Oh, let me remove that out of the way. There we go. So, first up, I want to talk about Alan Shearer. And actually, I heard this on a particular podcast. I'm not going to mention the name. No freebie advertisements over here. But Alan Shearer has admitted that he was utterly convinced that one Arsenal player would have been superb. Yes, superb. Before he even signed for Arsenal, he met him somewhere in Europe on holiday with some lads. And so, you know what? That fella is going to be a good Arsenal player. I can say it. I can see it. Yeah. Incidentally, Alan Shearer has now recalled a story when he met Declan Rice in a pre-season last year, just before he made the massive move to North London. Shearer was speaking on a particular podcast, I'm not going to mention the names, and explained how impressed he was by Rice's demeanor, something he thought would bode well for the season ahead. He told, actually, he said, I saw him last pre-season in a restaurant in Portugal, and it was with a couple of his pals, and he came over to have a chat. Yeah, he came over, a little chit chat. And I was saying to him about the pre-season ahead and how much is his price tag, but he was just so relaxed. He was so looking forward to it. I mean, he was on his break with some of his friends, but the energy and everything else was so good. And I said, that fella, when he signs for Arsenal, is going to be massive. And it's just turned out just like that. And I think that's exactly what he's done. He's been superb in whether he's been in there to protect, win the ball, drive forward. I think he's had a complete season that you would hope for, especially at that price tag. Because, yeah, it's not easy when you've got how do I say, like a massive price tag around you, that everyone is always looking for something. But he's not given them anything to have a pop at him. I think it's been superb in everything he has done. Now, I've got to agree insofar as when you're paying that amount of money, I mean, in footballing terms, transfers, when you're spending that amount of money, you expect the player to hit the ground running. Whether it's a player come from another league, maybe it's from one of our rivals, coming to play in the Premier League, at that price tag, you better make sure you're hitting the ground running. Yes, you play in the midfield, you defend. Play in the midfield, you progress the forward, you progress the ball forward. What else? You score goals, you score goals. And I've got to say, hands up, Declan Rice has been one of the better signings of recent times. But again, it's the easy pickings, isn't it? Because at 100 and was it £4 or £5 million, or maybe £6, £7 million, you expect him to hit the ground running. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. All right, all right. The second news segment, interesting one. Very, very interesting. Now, Frank de Boer urges Joshua, excuse my pronunciation, Joshua Zirkzee to join Arsenal ahead of Manchester United. Now, Frank de Boer urges the Bolognian striker Joshua Zirkzee to join Arsenal ahead of Man United into an AC Milan this summer. Zirkzee has been one of Bologna's stand-up performers this season and has 11 goals in Serie A. Helped the club finish fourth in a table which has secured qualification for the Champions League. Arsenal apparently are in the market for a new striker. Well, we know that this summer and have been monitoring Zirkzee's progress at Bologna. However, they face strong competition from United, AC Milan, and everybody else, all the other clubs across Europe, top clubs that is. However, former Barcelona and Netherlands defender De Boer believes that Arsenal represents the best fit for Zirkzee, if he decides to move. Now, when asked which club he would be better, he said Zirkzee to join this summer. De Boer told a particular outlet, I have great respect for Arsenal. They have patience. For example, they had it with Arteta, who didn't start too well. Now, what I didn't run to YouTube to see what this striker was like. I just checked out his stats. He's not scored, I know he's only age 23. Surely we need to be looking for strikers who can hit that golden spot. That spot is 20 goals a season. Not 50, well, maybe between 15 and 20. Anything beyond that is a plus. But I think, 11 goals? 11, 12 goals? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not sure how I feel about that. How I feel about that, not too happy. Not too happy. It could be, it comes to Arsenal, has a blistering career at Arsenal, and he might do well. But for me, those stats don't stack up too well for me. Nah. Sorry. Ain't happening. All right. And I think beyond that, these were the two new segments coming around on Canon 40. Now, I was thinking, I don't think too much these days, but on Monday, we did the way of a winner, and when they gave the rules, I thought, it's going to probably be a little bit too harsh if I did the way of a loser and all the rules you need if you want to be a loser. I'm not going to go in on that. I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do, there are some comments that we have found. Yes, we found it on the YouTube channel. Now, the reason why we have these comments is because I penned the question, has the season been a failure or a success? A success or failure? Now, you can come into the live chat and let me know your thoughts, whether you think the season has been a success or a failure. I'm trying to look at the graphics there. Yeah. So these are some of the comments that came up over the last couple of days. So let me look and see if I can actually read it from here. I don't know if you can you see it from there? Let's have a look. Maybe let me. I can't make it bigger, can I? Yes, can I? No, I can't. No. I can't make it any bigger. All right, so you just have to put on your glasses, magnifying glasses, and read them. But let's just listen to my tones, okay? So the first comment comes from long-time subscriber Jack Williams. He says, question. Sorry, let me make it bigger. Even that I can't read. Goodness. The question has such a simple answer, but the fact over 75% have said no. I'm sorry, but you need to seriously consider stop watching sports altogether. Only Arsenal celebrate second place. Do other sports teams in other sports think second place is a success or something to be proud of? No. Do I want to go in on? Do I want to give a response to that? No, I think Jack said it all there himself. Anything I wanted to say would be a plus. Then we have Michael Michael Underwood 2020, who says season was a success in the fact that we were better than last year on all stats. What Arsenal achieved would have been good enough to win the league, just that Man City are monstrous. They're monsters. And then we have Christopher Connington 8994 or 0994. It says this is Arteta's last season win. Nothing, no excuses for he has to go, or we're gonna find ourselves in the last 10 years of Wenger where we're more delusion sets in. Oh, right, okay. Oh, Lordy. And then we had some more comments here, which I've got it up here. Let's have a look. Christopher again went on to say that failure, we need silverware. Then Brennan Norden says, someone name one thing why they think this season was a success. For me, it's a big failure. Okay, all right. And then we have David James, 4139, that says, how is this season a success? It's a failure. 4 years without a trophy, 20 years without the title. Now, there were some more comments, but they were not related to the question about where we're asking whether this season was a success or a failure. You know what I think. You don't know? The season has been a failure. That's right, I said it. Go and tell your mamas and your papas that Alex on Cannon Freud TV said, oh my goodness, it's been a failure. 4 seasons and no major trophies. And what I see is the fan base thinking, oh, do you know what? So close. We'll do it next season. We'll do it next season. And what happens? You become the way of a loser. And you know what? Maybe you're probably sick and tired of me saying this. We know what Edu is. We know what Mikel Arteta is, Richard Garlick and everybody else, Josh Kroenke. KSE have a lot to answer for. A lot. Now, listen, I get it. I get it. Backed to the tune of £700 million. £700 million. All these players are his, barring Martinelli. Tenny still out on loan, may not come back. But all these players are his players. £700 million. And we still couldn't win the Premier League last season and this season. So how do you measure success? How do you measure failure? Just look in the trophy cabinet. Over the course of 4 seasons, and it's probably, for me, it's probably going to be 6 seasons. How are you going to measure success and failure? I'm not having it, man. I'm not having it. But, you know, back in 2020, 2021, as far as I know, there is no podcast that influences what Arsenal AFC does. And Cannon Freud TV is not one of them. Well, yeah, Cannon Freud TV is one of them. Nobody listens to Cannon Freud TV from Arsenal. And thank goodness they do not. Because I wouldn't want to influence what Arsenal does. It would be chaotic. It'd be chaotic. Oh, actually, it is chaotic. It's chaotic. But yeah, come in the live chat and let me know your thoughts. Has the season been a success or a failure? The way of a loser. Do you know what? Let's have a look at the stats, because it was mentioned there. Jack did say, you know, over 75% had voted that it was a success. And let's have a look where the numbers are at this moment in time. So I'm thinking a couple of days. Well, actually, it was yesterday that we put the poll out. Again, the question is: was the season a success or failure? Choose only one. Now the failures come in at only 23%. I'm on their side, and 77% say it was a success. Out of 415 votes, 6 comments. I already read the comments out there, and 16 likes. A failure. A failure. I'm sorry. Yeah. Show me the trophies. Show me the money. Show me the trophies. Now, I'm probably thinking, actually, I know there's going to be some people who are going to be upset by my comments, but I don't care. I don't care. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. And I can back it up that I've been consistent over the last 3 and 4 years with what I've been saying. Right? Show me the trophy cabinets. Don't tell me, oh, but last season, we came so close. But did we win it? No, we didn't. Oh, this season we came so close. Did we win it? No, we didn't. So the season was a failure. It was a failure. I'm not falling for it. Right. What I gotta do is read the comments. Oh, actually, let's check the platform formerly known as Twitter. Right. Okay, right. There's no comments there. So let me read the comments in the live chat. And we've got our ever-present moderator in Ashley D says, hey up, Gooners, and hey up to you. Even Alex and all the fabulous Arsenal supporters there, including you, Tyrannosaurus. Thank you for that. Trophyless season means failure. However, I hate that word, however, progress of lasting to the last day in the Premier League has to be a success from where Arsenal have been for decades. Who would you replace KSC for? Not somebody. Because, when somebody comes in control of Arsenal, they want to hold all the cards. It has to be a group of people or a group of individuals and companies coming in, shared ownership of Arsenal, not one individual. Not one individual. We've seen what's happened at Arsenal over the last how many years? One individual, one couple, one like entity, 100% ownership of Arsenal. They don't listen to us. And all this stuff about, where we have fan forums and ask questions, and it doesn't work. It does not work. So the answer is no one individual. Why not 50% is owned by the fans? Another 50% can be owned by an entity. I'd be happy with that. I'll be happy with that. Cedric was not his player. No, Cedric was his player. Cedric is his player, was his player. They gave him the 4-year deal. And his contract is up now. So 4 years, that's Mikel Arteta's player. I'm sure. Surely you must be happier than previous seasons. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No. My happiness dwindled the point where I saw how the fan base was treating Unai Emery. That's when my happiness started to decrease. And I'm looking at Arsenal, I'm thinking my Arsenal has been corrupted. The Americanization of Arsenal Football Club. So no, not happier. Not happier. Sorry. Who is your player of the season? Leandro Trossard. £21 million? £21 million? £20 million. Left foot, right foot, header, scored critical and crucial goals for Arsenal. Again, you could look at Declan Rice, but it's too easy to look at Declan Rice because you would expect a player at that price to come in and do the business. But for me, my player of the season is Leandro Trossard. Wonderful player. Probably the closest player in years we've had to Cazorla. Comfortable with his left foot and right foot, pinging the balls all over the place. But yeah, guy scored crucial goals for us, man. And he's not even that tall. 5 foot nothing, man. Who's your favorite? What, your player of the season? Who's the worst player of the season for you? Worst player of the season for me. Worst player of the season. Probably, I can't say probably the worst, but the player who probably didn't have that best of the season. But again, it's down to lacking of appearances. There's a group of them, actually. Reece Nelson, Emil Smith-Rowe, Fabio Vieira, Kievo. Yeah, so there's a group of them. Maybe Nketiah, but only because the lack of giving them game time. But the one that's fallen from grace the highest, Gabriel Jesus, I would say. So I will say Gabriel Jesus. Just hasn't lived up to the club's expectations, or has he? He hasn't lived up to my expectations. But then again, I always knew it. He was never going to score more than 20 goals for us, or consistently scoring 15 goals per season. Just hasn't happened. So Gabriel Jesus, I will vote for Gabriel Jesus as the worst player of the season. All these questions. What's your ratings of Edu and Arteta? Well, if I had to give them a rating out of 10, I would give them maybe a 3. A 3 or 4. Yeah. They've got a lot of work to do in a transfer window. A lot of work to do. Oh, I'm loving all these questions. How would you change the Arsenal team to produce success? Well, let me put it this way. In reverse, I've just spoken a few months ago about the ownership. The ownership have to hold Mikel Arteta and Edu accountable. Now, it is highly possible that the parameters and targets they've asked them to meet, that they have met them. Sustain the presence in Champions League, just generate the income whilst we excuse me, while we do all the PR in order for us to generate income from the merchandise. So they've met that marker there. But I don't want to see those markers there. I want to see the markers as in the trophy cabinet. Can you bring us the trophy? Can you bring us the Premiership, inside 3 to 5 years? I'm not, I mean, whatever I say, he's going to stay, isn't he? But in order for us to make a charge, I want to see Arsenal make some serious decisions. Those players you don't believe in, those players who are not going to play, you have to sell them. You have to sell them. So your Mohamed El Nenes should not have got a 1-year contract extension. Sorry about that. Reece Nelson should have been let go a while ago. Cedric Suarez, if you're not going to play him, he should have gone as well. Yeah, Eddie Nketiah, I think I've seen enough of a sample to say, actually, you know what? He's probably not going to be that striker for Arsenal. Sell these players. Thomas Partey, sell him. And bring in quality players. Not also-rans, not players just taking up positions just for the sake of it. Because we know we have a strong 11, but the drop-off is so high. Stop sending me messages. The drop-off is so high in quality. Why is that? Because on the bench, we don't have the quality. We don't have the quality. Yeah, so go in the market, go hard and fast, and stop dilly-dallying in the transfer market. Go in there and get those marquee signings. Not marquee signings, singular. Go in there, excuse me, and get the players. Stop dilly-dallying and thinking, oh, but actually, you know what, 2 seasons ago, we had like 4 or 5 players who were scoring goals. And what happened this season? You're hoping the same formula is going to work in this currency. No. Change it up. Let's get the striker. Let's get a quality striker in who can guarantee you those goals. The assembled is in the house. It's a nonsense. A club prides itself on trophies. One. Anything else is failure. Success is not measured by processes and progress. Oh my goodness. I'll give you the comment on the live chat so far. It's sport. Win, lose, or draw, that's just the nature of the sport. But again, you look at a trophy cabinet and there's a few cobwebs in there. You're thinking, right, okay, yeah, we'll give them another season because we came so close. We came so close. Season for this season, give him another season. Now, Poch has just been sacked at Chelsea. You know how things have been rolled out at Chelsea. The revolving door of the managers. I understand that. I understand. And I did say a few seasons ago, I'm not sure if I want Arsenal to be like that. You know, don't get success, the revolving door of managers, and you're probably thinking, who was the manager 2 seasons ago, Arsenal? But then you look at the trophy cabinet. They won the Champions League twice in a decade. Twice in a decade. And they've also won the Premier League as well in the last 20 years. The best player of the season are the players that stayed fit for most of the season. Gabriel M, Saliba, White, Rice, and Trossard. Okay. Worst player, Party for letting the club down in fitness. I've got flashbacks of Thomas Partey playing that right back, the inverted right back position. Arteta is no Pep Guardiola. He's no Ancelotti. He's no Conte. He's no Mourinho. Yeah, nothing like that. And you're thinking of playing Thomas Partey, who doesn't have the best mobility to invert in the right back. We go on. What do you mean Arteta walks? Well, like I said yesterday about Jurgen Timber, I thought the news was about Jurgen Timber walk. I was thinking, Jurgen Timber, he's just signed for Arsenal. So Jurgen Timber, he thinks that Arteta will walk at the end of next season. There is a possibility. I can't see Arsenal sacking Arteta. I think it will have to be due to his conscience to say, you know what, I've done the best I could do with this group of players. I just cannot get them over the line. Over the line, you know what it means, to win the Premier League or the Champions League. Well, Champions League, that's not going to happen. And I believe that Mikel Arteta will walk. There has been some talk about him going to the Basque Country, maybe into Barcelona, boyhood club. And I think that is a possibility. And that's what I mean by walk. But good to see you in the live chat. We have a much better coaching staff compared to previous years. Right? Do you know what I look at? I'm looking at, someone was telling me the other day about the physios. There's not been that many injuries. And I think but wasn't Gabriel Jesus out for a period of time? Wasn't he out for a period of time? And Marquis signed for last season. Zinchenko was out as well. Wasn't he kind of like our second tier Marquis signing? But Vieira, one of those players you would sell? Yes, I would sell him. I would sell him. Yeah. Because we don't have time. I mean, look at how we've treated Albert Samuel Lokonga. Whether you think that it's right time, what's happened? That we sell him or not. I mean, crikey, we bought for how much money? How much money? And then we give other players, bags of opportunities, and they fail over and over again. I mean, Fabio Vieira was like 30 odd million pounds. 30 odd million pounds. I mean, he's a good touch player, but this is the Premier League, the physicality. So I would sell him. Evening, Jack. The amount of excuses and blind defenses for another failed season is baffling. And I'm losing my patience. I expect a double next season. Bare minimum, I'm on everyone at the club more than ever. You've read it there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Sell Jesus, maybe. Party 100%, Eddie Nketiah 100%, play Emerson Rowe, give him more time, maybe get a good number 9 and rotate the squad, be a bit more out players get exhausted. I completely agree with you, but if Arteta is not playing certain players, it's because he does not really believe in them. Doesn't believe in them. And I'm not sure why the players can't see it themselves. Would it be a massive statement if we heard Emil Smith Rowe has decided to put in a transfer request? Would that be such big news? Reece Nelson, breaking news, has put in a transfer request. I'm not sure why the players. What does Mikel Arteta say to the players? That they still want to stay us. They still want to stay on the bench. They still want to. I'm not playing, but I'm on the bench. Man, the time goes so fast. Do you remember when he signed the contract extension, Emil Smith Rowe? And at that time, I think it was better value than Bukayo Saka. And then what happened? He had a series of injuries, went down the pecking order. He lost that number 10 position there. Boom, Bukayo Saka. Smith Rowe, I don't believe your career lies at Arsenal anymore. Go to Aston Villa. Unai Emery knows you. Reece Nelson, go to Aston Villa. Unai Emery knows you. But all this stuff and hoping and wishing and maybe I'll get a chance. Yeah, I'm on the bench. And I understand it, because as a manager, the power has to come from the manager, not from the players. And I've chosen these 11 players, and that is it. We can only play 11 players. But, when it happens season after season, you get loaned out how many times? You come back to Arsenal, you still can't tie down, your spot in the first 11. Put 1 and 1 together. It equals 2. There was an answer right there for you. It's time for you to leave Arsenal. It's time for you to leave Arsenal. Your career will go in a blinking of an eye. And then you don't want to have all these regrets. If only I left Arsenal earlier. I could have gone abroad. I could have learned another language. But I stayed at Arsenal because, I came through the ranks at the academy. I owe it to Arsenal. Arsenal don't owe you squat diddly. They don't owe you anything. Sorry. Do you think Pep Guardiola thinks like that? I mean, he keeps the players hungry. You've got to be hungry. And if it's not happened for you at Arsenal, go and find another. Speak to your agent and find another club to go to. But I was just thinking, would it be a massive statement if those players actually said, you know what, I'm going to take control of my career. I've had enough of this, and I'm going to put in a transfer request and leave Arsenal. I can't carry on like this. I'm no longer an international. Gareth Southgate has chosen his squad to play in the Euros. And Smith Rowe is not in the squad. Reece Nelson is not in the squad. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Time to get rid of all the bench warmers. We need subs that are good as first teamers. We need 2 first teams, not 1, and a few bench warmers. That's what I just said. I've just said that. Question. If Partey and Timber didn't get injured, would Gabriel got back into the team? Now, there's a thought. But do you remember when he was benched, Gabriel Magalhães? And the rumor was that, I don't know whether it's true or not, that he had a fight with Mikel Arteta, had a disagreement, and Arteta put him on the bench. But that's a good question. That's a very, very good question. I don't know the answer. Whoops. To be honest, the very first bit of transfer business. Oops, sorry, let me just put it down just so I see it there. Has to happen. Has to happen. Is Arteta goes or the Kroenkes sell up? 5 years of be excited. Oh, I forgot about that phrase. Be excited for one trophy in 18 competitions. Absolutely abysmal for a top club. Now, I'm going to say this because I've heard that banded around, Jack. Can we still claim to be a top club? The way that you've seen Arsenal over the last, let's just say over the last 5-10 years, are we still a big club? Just look in the trophy cabinet. Get Alex a favorite kind of for a TV presenter. Hit that like button, slackers. Thank you for that, Colin. I hope you're well. And DWTT, there's an echo. There's an echo. There's an echo. Hello, 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 hello. Success or failure? That's what I want to know. A successful season or a failure? A failed season? Failure. Failed. Come in the live chat, let me know your thoughts. Arsenal's former physio is at Man United. Yes. Now, look at the injury list this season. God. Hello, Colin. Assembled DWTT. I hope you guys are doing well. Tiganosaurus. Cedric, love not playing for. Forget the bench. Oh dear! I could have studied engineering instead of playing for Arsenal. Hey, Alex. Oh, really? Oh my goodness. I wonder back in the 80s if I didn't make that silly mistake and I said to Cliff Jones, yeah, Cliff Jones was our PE teacher in my secondary school. When he said, oh, on a Friday, so Alex, we're going to be there was a coach taking us, so you just meet outside of school or meet. I said, no, Jonesy, I'll make my own way. You can pick me up in Wood Green. And I arrived late and the coach left. And on the Monday, I was looking for Cliff Jones and I apologized profusely. He said, don't worry, Alex, don't worry. There'll be another match. There was never another match. And I'm just thinking, would I've had a football career knowing I played in a cup final at Highbury Stadium? Would I have had a career in football? Who knows? Who knows? But that's interesting you say that, actually. Would we have won the league with every player fit throughout the season? Let's put it this way. And when I see people talking about, but Pep Guardiola, he's been given all this money and there's still 150 odd questions they have to answer to. And my response is that you can be given these players, you still have to coach these players. You've got to coach them. I love dominoes. I love playing dominoes. And I know when I have a winning hand. And I know how to play a winning hand with dominoes. I could beat Mikel Arteta at dominoes because he doesn't know how to play a winning hand. So you have the players fit. Do you know how to play these players? In what formation? The preparation. Prepare them. Again, I talk about the losses. Aston Villa did the double over us. Fulham, Newcastle, Everton. So you can have all the best players at hand, but do you know how to prepare them? With what formation? How are you coaching them? What mindset do they have? I think you know the answer. Anyway, Collins chipped in to say that it failed. A success or failure. It was a failed. Sorry, it was a failed. It was a failed season. I'm trying to get the right. It was a failure. Don't try and paint it up into something different. Failed season. And he'll still be here for 2 more seasons. Sorry. Was Alex a failure or what? Was Alex a failure or success this season? Well, I'm always a success. You're watching me, aren't you? If you're watching me, that's a success. Never a failure. Never this season. Success for me. Thank you. We missed on Alex. Were you forward? No. I was say in Tierney's position, left back, but didn't have much of a left foot. Heavily right-footed. And if memory serves me well, when I was reading the write-up before we played the final against, if you guys know North London, the scores, St. Aloysius. Yeah, it's embedded in my mind because I made a silly mistake in the final. But anyway, no, I played left back. And in the write-up about all the players, let's go right there. Yeah, Alex Lee, tough in the tackle, tough in the air. I gave no quarter, man. I gave no quarter to the attacking, whether it's a winger or a striker. I was tough as old nails, man. Yeah, but those days are gone. What's your thoughts on Raya? It's interesting because you see how the fan base kind of turned on David Raya, didn't they? Because our beloved Ramsdale had a blistering season until Arteta brought in David Raya. And then David Seaman chipped in, Schmeichel chipped in. So how can you have two number ones? You're going to unsettle the goalkeepers. And look at that, he got the golden gloves, didn't he? 16 clean sheets. But truth be told, personally, I would have preferred Ramsdale because David Raya made some silly mistakes. A little bit as if like the blood rushed to his head. So, yeah, he had a good season. And you can't ask for that. But the clean sheets has been down relatively to who he has in front of him. Who does he have in front of him? William, the Rolls Royce Saliba. Yeah? Gabriel, I could make one mistake. Magalhães. So he's had that formidable defense in front of him. But how do I feel about David Raya? Yeah, he has a good season. He's had a good season. You know, yeah. You would have given a competition to Zinchenko if you played then. What inverted? No. I tell you what, I was good at going forward. Yeah. As well as literally being, again, if I have a defender, I want the defenders know how to defend. Forget about, I know how to invert. I know how to go forward and score goals. No. Show me you understand the art of defending, whether it's, I don't like zonal marking, man-to-man marking. But Zinchenko, don't get me started, man. To be honest, Ramsdale was sloppy many times and allowed the goals to be scored. And that's what I said. Yeah, but 16 clean sheets has been relatively down to the defense he has in front of him. How many keepers does it take to come good? Alex thinking on taking job as defensive coach. I tell you what, I would the amount of complaints I would have. Mikel Arteta and Coach Alex made us cry. He made us run. He kept us at the training ground till like 10, 11 at night. I would have no players, man, to coach because they would be complaining. They would be complaining, man. Show me the art of defending. Show me that you understand how to defend. And I don't blame Zinchenko. Like I said on Monday, the times what lives long in the memory is how he got twisted like a Twizzler by Mo Salah. Where's the ball? He scored. I don't blame Zinchenko because Zinchenko is not a left back. So you blame the manager. You know he's limited in the area of his understanding as being a left back, but yet you put him in that situation there. You're better off playing Suarez on the left-hand side. He has a better understanding of how to defend. Not Zinchenko, but the heat that Zinchenko got, I felt sorry for him because he's not a left back. He's not a left back. I am a left back. Left back in the dressing room. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, dear. All right. Okay. So, the way of a loser. Oh, it's going to upset some people. How dare Alex talk in those terms of Mikel Arteta, a loser? What did he win this season? No, he didn't win anything this season. So he lost, didn't he? He didn't win the Premier League. He didn't win the Champions League. He didn't win the League Cup. He didn't win the FA Cup, did he? So he's a loser. That's right. I said it. Go and tell your mum and your dad and your grandparents or whoever you need to tell that I said it on Channel 4 TV. Mikel Arteta is a loser because he didn't win anything this season. Oh, what? Did he win second place? Is there a trophy for second place? No, there isn't. And if there was, God help us. The way of a loser. Right, let me go into let's have a look. It's been in the comments there on the artist formerly known as Twitter. Well, there's no comments there. Sorry. Oh. Okay. What I want to do, let me just refresh the page and see where we are with our live vote. What's happened to my throat? The vote and the question was this season a success or failure? We have received 425 votes, 6 comments still, and 17 likes. It stayed the same. It stayed the same. 23% say it's been a failure. It's been a failed season. And 77% don't know what they're talking about. They say it's been a success. In what terms? How? How has it been a success? I've got a headache. I've got a headache. Right, run for just for a few more minutes and then we're going to wrap this one up. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Oh, we just need to get this here. And the ET118. Boom, boom. Okay. All right. Okay. Just a quick heads up. What's happening for the next couple of days? Nothing. Nothing's happening. I kid you not. Nothing's happening. But this Friday will be the last Easy Talk on Canon 4 TV. Well, it couldn't happen anywhere else. Only on Canon 4 TV. The Easy Talk, the last one. And I'll be joined by some familiar faces. Let me try and remind myself. I'm not going to mention the names. All you have to do is tune in on Friday, 7:30 p.m. UK time. That's all you need to do. And bring your popcorn. That's all you got to do. I'm in one of those moods today. The way of a loser. Hey! What else was I going to say? Yeah, so there's no comments there. I just give you a heads up what's going to be happening. Nothing tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, and then Friday will be the Easy Talk. And then the following week, the Monday will be my last show that I do with James Rowe. So join me for that show there where we just talk about the Champions League final. That'll be interesting with James Rowe. Look out for an extended version. And also as well, come in a live chat and ask James some questions. Do I have the banner here? Is the banner still there? Oh, sorry, what have I done? Is the banner still here? No, it's not. It's gone. So come into the live chat on Monday for the final show between James Rowe and myself, where we talk about, yeah, man, Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid Champions League final, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. And then I think apart from that, there might be just one more show. There is going to be an interview that I will do. It's going to be very, very interesting. You're going to hear my thoughts about the channel, from what point I started supporting Arsenal, and anything else the interviewer wants to ask me. It's going to be very, very interesting. Check that out. Right. I believe we've got a couple more comments before we wrap this one up. Let's have a look. Utubi. Utubi, are you a season ticket holder? Are you a season ticket holder? Or have you given up the golden tickets? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the golden tickets. So as per you, who all were better in defence for us this season? If I had to single out one defender, I think it's obvious. William Saliba. He probably got twisted up maybe once or twice, but very, very solid, so calm. As a defender, when you've got so much going on around you, trying to remember, trying to cajole, your teammates, he was so cool, calm, and collective. I mean, Gabriel Magalhães is the one that you'd probably be concerned about. He's quite physical, possibly has a higher rate of making a mistake, but pinpointing William Saliba. William Saliba for me. Oh, Paul Marinello. Failure. That's 4 trophies, none in the cabinet. I just, what are the owners thinking? They clearly cannot see the future. But nobody can see the future. But you can prepare for it as best way possible. But with that comes with getting the key experienced people in those key positions there. And I don't want to go in hard on Mikel Arteta because I've done enough of that over the last 4 years. But there's no getting away from it. From my standpoint, as someone who's been supporting Arsenal since the mid-1970s, yeah, I'm that old. All I've ever wanted was to love my club, as well as loving Fulham. I love Fulham. Was my club to win trophies. And I'm not sure where it got lost in translation. Where is this stuff about just secure top 4? Why have we had that mentality? Why have we had that mentality? And then you understand that our club has never really been that way to sack managers, having a constant, carousel of new managers every season or 2 seasons or 3 seasons. So I understand that. But you've got to move the times. You have to move the times. But I just look at my club thinking, man, it's been a failed season. It's been a failure. Where's the success this season? Where was the success last season? Where was the success of the last 4 seasons? For me, it's a failure. It's a failure. Number 1 loser trait, excuses. When is the Canon 40 Sunday bye-bye party? Well, the thing is, Ashley, it was mentioned, I think, last month by John Guna and Eltel. Eltel wants us to meet up some place and where he can play a piano. But I'm thinking, I'll have to think about that one, to be honest. I'll have to think about that one. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then I guess it won't, obviously. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Right. Let's have a look. I believe we've come to an end on this one. Let's refresh the page. The way of a loser. Again, I know that's gonna upset some people. How dare you call Mikel Arteta a loser? How dare you? The season was a success. If it were not for Man City, we would have won the Premier League 2 seasons in a row. But the fact is, there was, and there still is, a Man City. The fact is, we finished second twice. How is that success? How is that success? I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Right. I believe I need to wrap this one up and thank each and every one of you. Let me put this in. There we go. There we go. Yeah, thank you for joining me on this one. I imagine some of you will be upset at the bar that it says the way of a loser. Well, it's not Pep Guardiola, is it? Because he's there like got to change things up, man. Has to change things up. But I do believe that we are ending. Well, I'm ending Canal 4 TV at the right time. At the right time. At the right time. At the right time. Anyhow, people, thank you to you for joining me over here, watching me just gas on a little bit. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this interview. It'll be very, very interesting. You're going to think, oh, wow, really? Oh, yeah. Oh, let me make some notes. Oh, Alex. Oh. It'll be a good interview. Make sure you check that out. And I hope maybe my brother will make an appearance. I'm not sure. Always being distracted by doing other things and not focusing on the channel. But anyway, that's just the way it is. Got to cancel that phone call as well. Yes, yeah, we're coming to an end. Assembled, where have you been? Where have you been? Yeah, we've probably got maybe 2 more weeks to go, and the channel is coming to an end. Where have you been, fella? Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're coming to an end. Okay. So until then, I will see you on Friday for the last Easy Talk. And I think it might be a banger. I tell you what, it's going to be a full house. It's going to be a full house. And some interesting commentary. I'm just going to sit back and listen. Yeah, all right, okay. Are we done yet? Are we finished yet? Anyway, thank you, people, for joining me over here. And don't bother to subscribe. You don't have to like. Just enjoy yourselves. There are more important things than football. There are. Believe me, I know it to be true. This Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.